In 2015, Lego was named the world's most powerful brand. From their headquarters in Denmark, the family-owned company has become a global giant. Christmas is a time for some of Lego's boldest projects.
It comes out at 1.7 tonnes.
From the designers of best-selling Christmas toys.
You know, we had to put this in a robot, and I think it ran for around 136,000 revolutions.
Guten Tag. Ignacio Flores, por favor.
To the multilingual Lego call centre at its busiest time of year.
I know it's like a madness today, it's Black Friday, but I'm sure that something positive will come out of it.
Step into the Christmas world of those who worship the brick.
This size is about 18 pence. You're talking about £90,000 worth of Lego.
Christmas brings on Lego mania in the most unlikely places. Husband and wife Mike and Catherine have been building their Lego collection for more than 40 years.
How much Lego do you think is in the house altogether?
Oh, too much. I say we've got too much now to stop.
And I say we never have enough. Probably somewhere in the region of 500,000 bricks.
Let's have a look at our Lego.
Mike and Catherine's Lego obsession peaks every year at Christmas time, when they build a somewhat unusual centrepiece for their front room.
Pictures of the early models.
They built everything from a giant Santa to the local church.
That's very disappointing.
And even that great festive tradition, a Christmas Dalek.
And this is probably our most famous model. This is the one that went sort of viral all over the world. We had people from America contacting us, and China, and I don't know what the Chinese made of it.
Because it was a Dalek with the Christmas baubles.
Christmas Dalek.
Yes.
We were trying to get the kids more involved because they were starting to get off doing models, and we thought, well, Dalek would be perfect for them. So that's probably the last model they got really actively involved in. So this is our main Lego room at the moment. It's taken over our living room, ready for the Christmas model.
Their children may have grown out of it, but Mike and Catherine certainly haven't.
This year we've decided to do a Christmas cake, but then we can have lots of things on the top. But we've actually got on really quickly. It's quite easy building at the moment. We've made good progress, just a few evenings or...
Well, yeah, we started a week ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is literally 1 week's building.
Most of the Lego bricks in Mike and Catherine's collection will have started life here, in this state-of-the-art factory in Denmark, one of 5 global production hubs for the toy-making giant.
In this plant alone, we turn about 80 tons of granulate into about 72 million elements every day. So if you add that up and include other factories, we do about 60 billion elements in a year. 60 billion. Yeah. We get the granulate, small plastic pebbles. We heat it to about 230 degrees Celsius. It becomes like toothpaste. Then you squeeze it into the mold. Inside the mold, you give shape to an element. So once it opens again, gets in a bucket, the bucket's picked up by a robot, and the robot's taken to storage.
This factory works to full capacity all year round to keep up with global demand. But Christmas is the real test of the Lego machine.
Christmas is really the time of year where we find out if we have made the right products and we've sent them to the right stores, and if kids around the world actually also put Lego products on the wish lists. So a large proportion of our consumer sales that takes place during these few weeks leading up to Christmas. So it's an important time for us this time of year.
Christmas is also an important time for Duncan Titmarsh. He's one of just 13 Lego certified professionals in the world, and the only one in the UK. He employs 27 people working all year round, building large-scale models for corporate clients. They've spent a lot of time thinking about plastic bricks.
My favourite Lego brick is a 1x2 brick, because with that you can build almost anything. So I think I'll be one of those.
I'd probably be a standard 2x4 brick. They're quite useful and they are the icon of Lego.
There's an old hinge plate which they don't make anymore. So a bit old-fashioned but quite versatile, I think.
Probably a red square one, because I think I'm a bit square.
I'd probably be a 1x1 because they're small like me, and when you put them together in a mosaic they're really pretty. Not saying that I'm pretty.
This Christmas, Duncan and his team are working on Lego's flagship London build. A Lego steam train for Covent Garden.
Christmas builds are, I think for me, a bit extra special. So we keep raising the bar on something and making it a little bit better, a little bit different.
Controversially for Lego purists, bright bricks are supporting the structure with a steel frame, and each brick is stuck in place with glue.
Using anything other than the Lego's natural ability to clutch together is generally frowned upon in the adult fan of Lego community, but we're not frowned upon as a business or a commercial aspect because they know that we use it because we have to for the safety aspect.
The Covent Garden train will require 500,000 Lego bricks, with every builder having their own particular favourite.
Probably something like a 1x2 inverted roof brick, just because it's a bit complicated. It probably does typify my personality.
2x3 brick, because it's short, stumpy. It's my brick.
There's a 1x1 brick they came up with for the Lego movie set. It's long and it's thin and has extremely limited practical applications.
The job of keeping Lego high on our Christmas wish lists falls to Rebecca Snell, Lego's head of marketing for the UK.
There is like a weight on your shoulders because Lego is one of the most loved brands in the UK, and there is this expectation that comes with that. So, yeah, I do feel responsible.
A top priority for Rebecca is making sure that Lego is on a list of top 12 toys this Christmas. This list, known as Dream Toys, is compiled by a consortium of Britain's top toy retailers who meet in secret once a year.
Morning.
Dream Toys is a big deal. It's a very credible indicator of what is going to be on children's wish lists. So we're really excited to know if we've made it into that top 12.
I really do need to ask you guys to go, really, because what we're doing now is really quite confidential, so thank you.
The decisions made by this in no way sinister gathering are kept strictly confidential until a press unveiling in November. Rebecca will have to wait to find out if Lego has made the list. Lego has its roots in the small Danish town of Billund. But these days, any Danish customer who rings the Lego helpline will be put through to this multilingual corner of Slough. In this room, people are using 14 different languages to talk about Lego.
Wenn Sie möchten, gebe ich Ihnen da gerade mal ein paar Internetseiten, wo Sie mal schauen könnten.
Lego Klantenservice, een hele goede morgen. U spreekt met Sebastian.
Schönen guten Tag, willkommen beim Lego Kundenservice. Ich heiße Jack, wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Velkommen til Lego Service, tak fordi du ventede. Mit navn er Julia, hvordan kan jeg hjælpe dig?
Benissimo Andrea, la ringrazio tanto. No, anche la ringrazio anche a lei, grazie. Ciao, buona ciao, grazie.
What the consumer wants is just that you are caring about their orders. They don't really care so much if you're faster or you do things like fantastically well. Of course they want that, but especially they want you to care about the order. At the end of the day, you cannot change what is already there in terms of stock or quantities or maybe any other things that can happen. But I think they just need some understanding of the situation.
Lego customer services expect 200,000 calls over the period they call high season.
Thank you everybody for coming to the high season kickoff. We're going to see 200,000 calls globally and also 165,000 emails globally. But of course we're going to sell lots and lots of more product as well, so it's all relative to each other.
Okay guys, so welcome everyone to the Saving Christmas training. We could have sets that may be temporarily out of stock, and we talked about emotions, okay? Because this is the situations the customer is in that might make a call challenging. But sometimes it's just the state the customer is in, and that's particularly important during Christmas.
Obviously, we've got an opportunity throughout this period to engage with all our consumers and make sure that we put the smile on our kids' faces.
And remember that you are key to saving the customer's Christmas. We are like Santa Claus little helpers, aren't we?
Here in Denmark, at the world headquarters of the Lego Group, more than 200 designers from 26 different countries are busy developing the toys of Christmas future. One of those leading this international team is Vice President of Design Matthew Ashton, whose love of Lego started in his family home in Merseyside.
We were of the era where you got a proper job, didn't you? You didn't.
Yes, and things like that, making cakes and that.
Not
like my job.
No.
This is me when I was 5, playing with my first Lego set ever, I guess, so that's the classic yellow castle. Back then, you think Santa designs toys and Pinocchio's dad designs toys and Tom Hanks from Big, and you don't meet anybody who's a toy designer or hear of anyone who's a toy designer as you're growing up. So I kind of veered in the direction of either wanting to be a graphic designer or an architect or just something that is more common and you know there is real work at the end of this.
It was Matthew's design team in Denmark who worked on Lego's tie-in with this year's biggest movie release.
Whenever we work on movies, we occasionally go and see some of the sets and vehicles being built as well, so which was like a childhood dream coming true, to walk into this giant set where they were building the Millennium Falcon and to get to go inside the Millennium Falcon. You're like, oh my God.
It was an incredible experience, and of course it's also something that was super useful and helpful for us when developing the products.
Yeah.
So this model was a big challenge because the wings would slide in, so it's like hollow, and then the top part would slide in. It's like, oh my God, how are we going to create that in Lego? Because it's simply not possible to make the wing slide. But then we came up with an idea. Okay, we need the wing to kind of slide, but instead of sliding inside the wing, then when I have a little handle here in the back, and then the wing can actually fold down like this instead. So you more or less get the same result, that the wing is like slide down, and it's actually a quite cool function, play function. So it's very cool. Yes, it is.
Developing the X-Wing, the initial sketch I got from when you went to Pinewood was literally on a post-it note, and that's what I was going from. We've done X-Wings in the past, and we used a similar function on the previous one, but I just wanted to make it even stronger. You know, we had to put this in a robot, and I think it ran for around 136,000 revolutions, you know, constantly, to simulate, you know, a child doing this. Probably not 136,000 times, but just to see what would happen if it would, you know, break apart or whatever, and, you know, that's to just make the best quality product we can. I think it was 2 years ago I got the Darth Vader tattoo, and then when I found out I was going to be working with Episode 7, and I saw the new Stormtrooper helmet, I was like, oh, that's a really cool design. But I asked my tattooist to do a transition, so you could have the new one if you cover up this half, and then if you cover up this half, you have the original. But I have another one booked in for Christmas, actually. So I'm going to get another helmet on the back. So it's work in progress.
Product development in our company is very complicated. I say you've been talking to some designers, and some of them work on projects that last maybe for 1 year, but other projects are maybe on the way for up to 4 years, from the first initial idea until you have the product on the shelf.
So that also means that designers are now working on what's going to be on the shelves in 2017 and in 18 as well. So it's a long process.
Not all Lego fans who dream of designing toys go to Denmark to work for the company. 39-year-old Ben Jarvis has spent the last 2 years developing an idea that combines 3 of his favourite things.
There's plenty of other people who are geeks like me and like Lego and like robots and like board games and are going to think, oh my goodness, yeah, the combination of Lego, robot, board games is just the most awesome idea ever.
Ben's board game is not endorsed by Lego, and he's bankrolling the cost of production himself. The design and prototypes have already cost £45,000.
You get a serious appreciation of why Lego spends so much money developing each one of their components. They have what they call the clutch. When you put together and pull apart Lego bricks, it has to feel exactly the same between every one of thousands of parts of which they're making millions of. Unless you try and do it yourself, you really just don't realise how incredible it is that they managed to do it at all.
Ben has sold his family's business to raise the capital he needs, but his financial gamble will affect more than just him.
Daddy.
Yes. Hello. You know what these are?
A game.
That's right, which involves...
Model.
Yeah, little model robots, isn't it? When it's just you, it's a lot easier to say, yeah, what the hell, we'll try that. Whereas when you've got someone dependent on you, you've got to think about it and think, well, you know, if this goes wrong, how is everyone else affected, not just how am I affected?
Ben has made a festive blunder and is in danger of missing the busiest sales period of the year.
Big retailers don't take Christmas stock in September, certainly not in October, November. They want stuff like boxed games for Christmas in July. It'd be nice going into Christmas knowing that whatever happens, we know we're going to survive another few months. I don't want to go into Christmas sort of sitting there, whiskey in hand, going, yeah, this is the last of our money I'm drinking here.
In Cambridgeshire, Mike and Catherine certainly haven't missed their Christmas deadline. They've been building steadily for a month and have made impressive progress on their giant Christmas cake. There's no sign of interest from their children, but Catherine's parents are helping to add a final flourish to the top of the cake.
But we just started this yesterday when they came to visit for a week. But it's a bit weak, this structure, it's a bit wobbly.
And do you come to take part in the Christmas build every year?
Yes, about this time. Finishing touches. Well, it was always Catherine's favourite toy when she was young. And we used to build sort of a 2 or 3 foot high Father Christmas or something like that every year. It's gone onto a different scale now. And when you're building, there's nothing else matters. You're building. And you concentrate solely on that, and it's there's no stress to it at all, except watching to see if it's going to fall over.
Yes, but we're going to decorate a bit. I mean, it'll just—it's not very strong, but it's like, I suppose, a real Christmas tree. Some branches will be better for the baubles than others. Yes, and it does wobble.
Oh.
But seasoned Lego builders are used to such setbacks.
Have you ever given up on one?
No, I don't give up. I mean, you just have to look for different ways around the problem.
100 miles away in Hampshire, another Lego Christmas tree is proving a conundrum for the professional builders. The Bright Bricks team are building a giant Lego steam train to be unveiled in Covent Garden at Christmas. The design includes an 8-tiered Christmas tree made from 10,000 Lego bricks for the train's last carriage.
How tall is it, Joe?
It's about, the tree itself is about 6 foot, with the star at this sort of height here. So it's 8 foot in total on top of the trailer.
That's the star.
Probably.
This time it's the lights on the tree that threaten to dampen the festive spirit.
Yeah, you're suggesting going through the studs. It's a bit too wide.
Someone forgot to leave a space for the electric cabling, and because the bricks are glued together, desperate measures are required. Lego purists, look away now.
Down there.
I've learned over the years that you can't plan for every eventuality. Something will crop up. Oh, I didn't think of that. So you just have to drill it. You have to cut it, unfortunately. I'd rather not, but end of the day, we have to.
And that needs to go back.
As the layers of the tree are lowered into place, another problem arises. The sections are not tightly secured. One of the team comes up with a solution, but Duncan is not impressed.
Duncan, do you think that little bit of give is okay? You don't like that?
No.
You don't like this idea?
I like the idea, but not cardboard. As soon as it rains.
Right, true. Yes.
It's too much. It's still got to be practical. It's got to be useful.
Yeah, no, that's thicker.
But this is what happens on larger builds. Sometimes it's spur of the moment, adjusting, making it work, kind of. But slow it down. You can, yeah, just a little bit. It should hopefully run down.
That's an old builder's trick, that is.
With time running out, everyone is starting to feel the pressure. Even the normally unflappable Duncan.
I don't generally panic much anyway, but occasionally you do sometimes get realisation, are we actually going to get this done?
The big day for Britain's toy makers has finally arrived when the results are announced for this year's top 12 toys. The list will be released before 7 a.m. And Head of Marketing Rebecca Snell is up early cramming in some last-minute preparations.
I could be asked about anything, you know, story of the brand, how we're performing at the moment. It's quite hard to remember everything. Oh my goodness me. We have 2 sets in the top 12.
At the press launch, it's Rebecca's job to be the voice of Lego.
What a great morning. So exciting. Yay.
And with the media ready to pounce, she fits in one last check of her notes and a rehearsal of her sales pitch.
This one consists of 1,005 pieces. So it is, you know, a challenging build for 9 to 14-year-olds. There we go. Oh yes, practice makes perfect. Right, this is Rebecca. Hi there. Pleased to meet you. Hi, I think we met last year actually.
I wasn't here last year, but nice to meet you now.
Nice
It's
to meet you.
fantastic. Yeah. I mean, obviously, a huge year for Star Wars.
What's great about it? 1,005 pieces.
1,005.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a,
Keep
you know,
people
it's a
entertained, yeah.
challenging build. It's 1,005 pieces, so it's a really challenging build. It's a great set with lots of pieces, but also lots of really cool functions and features.
When was it? When were they?
These came out September.
September. And what has the initial sort of sales been like? What's the initial pickup been?
It's been good.
It's been good.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
While few sights can rival a choir of singing children conducted by a giant Lego stormtrooper, At Catherine and Mike's home in Cambridgeshire, they have created something even more Christmassy. And pride of place in their living room goes to their Lego Christmas cake, which is finally complete. The 6-foot wide cake has made a significant dent in their collection of 500,000 bricks.
What we're talking about, 18,000, 27,000, that's 54,000 bricks just to do the front. Another 54,000, that's about 108,000. Then you've got the top, then you've got the supporting bits, so probably another 15, 20,000 there, and that's just the cake.
How much is a Lego brick?
Well, this size is about 18 pence.
It's 18p each?
18p each, so if 500,000 bricks, you're talking about £90,000 worth of Lego. If you bought it that way, it'd be the most expensive way of doing it. And yeah, we can get it a lot cheaper than that.
£90,000 Christmas cake.
No, but I mean, with a lot of this, some of our bricks, you know, they're nearly 50 years old.
If you had to guess how much money you've spent on Lego across your lives?
No idea.
We're talking tens of thousands.
I mean, yeah, we've only had one car, and you know, we've always walked or cycled to work. So I mean, it's all relative. You know, what you spend your money on.
Clothes aren't important to us, so I'd much rather buy Lego. Hi, I'm Mike.
James, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Word of Mike and Catherine's Lego build has spread, and there are already photographers knocking on the door.
So yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah. Be looking at the fairy to start with.
With their children still shy of the attention, Mike and Catherine enjoy the limelight for themselves.
Do you imagine, you two, that you'll carry on doing it?
Yeah, I think we're already planning next year. I mean, we've got some ideas of some of the practices from that Christmas tree. We might be next year a full-size one, but we'll see.
I don't know how long we'll carry on though, really, because we've only got. I mean, Christopher's. He's 17. He's got another couple of years before he hopefully goes to university. So
what's that got to do with it? Well, children have had nothing to do with it anyway, so it's irrelevant.
It might be just two of us.
We'll see.
Okay, big smiles are looking towards me.
Oh, hello. It's Ben Jarvis here from Megaton Games. Oh, OK.
Entrepreneur Ben Jarvis is trying to sell his brick-compatible board game from his family home in Norfolk.
Right, you can go sit back down again.
His first big delivery from China is due later today.
How about we just leave them up there and we don't mess with the fridge too much? We've ordered enough for 2,000 games. No, more than that, 3,000 games actually, so...
3,000 dice games?
No, there's 8,000 dice coming. So it's a lot of boards, there's about 80 boxes.
80 boxes?
Yes, 80 boxes, so we've got to go and move them and put them somewhere.
Ben is renting a lock-up garage just a few miles away, but he's already anticipating a potential problem with the delivery.
I basically just sent the shipping company an email yesterday morning just to confirm the delivery's all on for this morning. They said, oh, you've got a team there who are going to unload everything, haven't you? To which I said, no, I've got me and a 5-year-old. Like it's game boards.
With 2 pallets of robot board games ready to be unleashed on the Lego public, Ben's pipe dream is starting to feel more like a business.
That's a million dice.
It's not quite a million dice, but it's quite a lot of dice. Up until now, it's all intangible. It's all just emails and money disappearing out of my account and going to China and nothing much to show for it. But now we've actually got, you know, stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff. Now starts the task of trying to sell it all again, but at least we've got something to sell.
At Lego headquarters, they forecast that 60% of their annual sales will take place in the 3 months before Christmas. The busiest single weekend runs from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, when the Customer Services Centre in Slough expects to triple the number of calls and emails. The night before Black Friday, the management team are trying their best to spread some festive cheer.
Hopefully this is a way that when people walk into the contact centre in the morning, they kind of get the Christmas cheer, because we've got the biggest Christmas tree in Lego, I think.
We can't decorate.
Tomorrow, the contact centre will have to deal with Black Friday customers in 17 European countries, and with additional overflow from the United States and Canada.
Danke, tschüss.
We've worked on this for months, preparing, hiring people, recruiting people, training people, making the plans, working out how many calls we get, what time of day, making the schedules, the whole kind of machine that needs to get going in order to deliver this.
Although he came late to the game, toy inventor Ben Jarvis has managed to get his brick-compatible board game into production. He's secured a stand at a Lego convention in Swindon. Ben has spent tens of thousands of pounds to get his dream to this stage. And tomorrow will be his first chance to sell his game directly to the public.
It's kind of all or nothing now, it's got to work, so, because we haven't got a plan B, really.
But Ben hasn't always shown sound business judgment.
I quit a job in graphic design about 6 years ago to go and build a full-size manned missile for a Hungarian escapologist, which turned out to be a complete disaster. So I don't have the best track record in terms of making business decisions as to what's the best thing to pursue.
The following morning, hundreds of eager brick fanatics turn up for the show. Ben has enlisted his friend Ian to help with selling his game. But the first task is to explain how it actually works.
Like a giant game of robot chess.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's robot chess with guns.
That's a good fun.
So the robots have to shoot each other, and it's whichever's the last robot that survives wins.
How can they shoot?
How far can they shoot? It depends. If you depending on which guns you put on them, they can shoot further. So if you give them bigger guns, they can shoot further.
70, 80. Thank you very much, my good man.
You get these game boards, which are exactly the same size as Lego base plates. You get 4 of those in the box. And the idea is you build.
Ben and Ian's sales technique seems to be working.
Well, I was telling you a minute ago, if you give it larger guns, you minus.
Oh, brilliant! Roof guard. Yep, they should all be done.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Have a good rest of the day, guys.
We said if we sold 10 a day, we were doing pretty well. So I think we're going to have sold 10 within the next hour. I think so. So it's going pretty well so far. Need more energy drink. Need to keep myself awake.
At the Lego Customer Service Centre in Slough, Black Friday has begun.
Yeah, I know it's very busy, but the emails I'm getting are really nice emails, so everything actually nice and smooth, you know? Good. Nothing to be scared of.
Management are keeping a close eye on the queue times across Europe. At 1 p.m, the phone lines will open in North America as well.
It's quite hard to predict what's going to happen, but we'd like to have people queue no longer than 10 minutes. Usually it's much less. Usually want them to get answered in 20 seconds. But today we'd really like to be able to answer everyone in 10 minutes.
As soon as the lines open, 60 calls come in at once, and the queue time for North America is at 9 minutes and rising.
See, there are currently 97 Americans in the queue, so we will see what comes next. Hello, Lego Customer Service.
Good morning, Lego Customer Service.
Servizio clienti Lego, sono Michele, come posso aiutarla?
Bom dia, bem-vindo ao Lego Service. Welcome to Lego Services. My first name is...
Das ist ein Star Wars Set und Star Wars ist
Good morning, Lego Customer Service. This is Michele.
I know, you know the...
Aber Sie können ihn zurückrufen, ist das okay?
Just please have a bit of faith in us. I know it's like a madness today, it's Black Friday, but I'm sure that something positive will come out of it.
Sim, sim, claro. Não há problema. Vou então verificar aqui.
The Black Friday deals have brought a spike in sales, and some stock is completely sold out.
Also leider sind diese Artikel leider nicht mehr auf Lager.
We will move everything to get your Lego Dimension set, okay?
Und das werde ich auch gratis rausschicken lassen, ja?
Hej, välkommen till Lego Service. Mitt namn är Katrina. Vad kan jag hjälpa med?
She wants to make sure she gets the gingerbread house and the VIP points and she couldn't get them.
Already, call numbers are 23% above forecast.
So far in Europe, it's 1,425 calls we've taken today. At our first 2 hours in the US, we had taken 849 calls.
But don't worry, I have your details here and I will make sure that everything gets dealt with today. Let us do our work, you know, and we'll try to sort that out today. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ich muss nur so ein extra Programm eröffnen, so dass wir das in Sicherheit machen können.
It's just fantastic. It always is a great buzz on Black Friday in the office. It's kind of like the dress rehearsal for Christmas, really. And it does just feel great, and it's so busy, and it gives you energy, and I think that's true for all of us, really.
I thought today I would struggle, but I still have the smile on my face, so, you know, we made it. I need to relax and do nothing for this evening. Thank you for calling Lego Consumer Service. My name is Vanessa. How may I help you?
At Bright Bricks in Hampshire, the Lego builders are working around the clock as their deadline for the Covent Garden steam train approaches.
Quite easily put.
The design for Lego's showcase Christmas build includes a number of ambitious new features, including a smoke machine.
As a first for us, so we've got a little test to do first to see how it works and how the smoke actually comes out. Whoa. Got it. Whoa. Well, the smoke machine works.
Apart from a few teething problems, it's full steam ahead for Covent Garden. Professional Lego builder Duncan Titmarsh has completed the work on Lego's flagship Christmas build. All that remains is the delicate operation of moving 1.7 tons of Lego steam train across the cobblestones of Covent Garden.
Whoa. Cross that way very slightly. Stop, go back to you.
The exacting precision it takes to build with 500,000 tiny plastic bricks is applied to every detail of the installation.
Can you move back the way you came? Yeah.
Lego have laid on some extra festive weather.
It's gone really well. A lot of people like it. You see people walk past, take pictures now, so obviously it must be a hit around here, which is it's what I like here. Yeah, I think it's really great. So yeah, I'm ready for Christmas now.
It's all gone well for the seasoned professionals. But for those who are just starting out, these last few months have been a steep learning curve. Toy inventor Ben Jarvis has been rolling out his brick-compatible board game at trade shows up and down the country.
The reaction we've had has been brilliant and really positive. It's just been, I've just not had enough time to really follow up. I've got like a list of 40 retailers I should have contacted and sent samples to. I've just not had the time. We're over the sort of bad bit financially in terms of sort of all the money's gone out. It's probably been, you know, I don't know, 80 or 90,000 quid, I would have thought, something in that order, which is a lot more than we ever anticipated it was going to be. It's all money coming back in from this point on, other than ongoing costs of just surviving. We've done enough to sort of, you know, survive through to next year. I'm moderately hopeful at the moment, I would say, is probably the best summary of my viewpoint, moderately hopeful.
Ben has got round to contacting one retailer, the local toy shop 2 miles from his house.
This sort of feels a little bit more real, actually, handing them to a retailer. Richard,
hello, Ben.
We spoke. Are you all right?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, so the idea of the game, as I think I mentioned, it's sort of aimed at ages 10 plus. It's not really a sort of high-end, geeky, niche game. We're trying to make it sort of something more mainstream. So yeah, so if that's all right, I will leave it with you, and then yeah, I'll give you a shout and drop off some more bits for you.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Stick it on the shelf.
Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you for your time, and yeah, I will speak to you in the next day or two.
Lovely.
Awesome. From his point of view, I think it might be useful as a selling point for him to be able to say to people, by the way, this is made locally. People do seem to sort of warm to things that are sort of, you know, local. Well, it certainly applies to beer and cheese. Whether it applies to games, I don't know, but I think it does.
The thrill of seeing your designs in a toy shop window is one Matthew Ashton knows only too well. The Vice President of Design at LEGO is still drawn back home to England for Christmas.
So I've just popped back to London for a little bit to do some Christmas shopping before I go back to my parents. Christmas is one of the times where you really feel like you need to be at home with your friends and family and stuff, so it's really nice coming back and seeing the Christmas lights for the first time. It's exciting, nearly Christmas.
Even on holiday, Matthew still has his business head on and can't resist a visit to a toy shop. And of course, he heads straight for the department he knows best.
Maybe I'll do some of my OCD tidying up. Every designer's like super excited when they get their products on shelf for the first time, and you can go into a toy store and see everything lined up like this, and to know that a year ago you'd been sort of working on it, putting those pieces together and puzzling it all together, and then to see a kid pick that up off the shelf and potentially buy it, it's so exciting the first time you get to see that. It's just so nice knowing that that's going to be part of somebody else's childhood memories, just like Lego was for me, so it's cool. Right, so these are the products that my team work on along here, and this is actually one of the products that I worked on myself, so in fact this is the last product I've ever designed. So I was working on the Lego movie, and so this is Unikitty, and she's like a hybrid between a unicorn and a kitten. That's the last one that I've designed. Haven't had time to design anything else since then. I leave that up to the rest of my design team, so.
Is it a personal thing? You know, if somebody looks at that, would they think that's a Matthew Ashton design?
Probably, yes. Yeah, I think this one's probably got my name all over it as well, just because it's slightly one of our camper products, shall we say. So I'm quite good at cute when it comes to products. Not necessarily as much, more of the sort of aggressive, action-packed stuff, but the things that I'm better at is the cutesy things, I think. So, yeah.
He may be an expert in cutesy products, but Matthew can never leave behind his love of a galaxy far, far away.
Right, so this is the one that I've got on my very own Christmas list this year. So this is a Millennium Falcon. I'm going to be building this on Boxing Day.
Who gets you that?
It'll probably be me. If I ask my mum to buy me Lego, she's like, no, that's not happening. So, yeah.
For the toy makers and Lego builders, their work is done for another year. All the planning that's gone into the lead up to Christmas gives way to the holiday season.
Choo-choo!
With the cake building complete, the scene is set for Mike and Catherine's family Christmas.
It's been a long year. Everyone I've spoken to in the sort of retail industry and in games and everything are all like, oh, I can't wait for Christmas. Not because Christmas is particularly amazing, it's just because they get to stop for a few days.
At the customer service centre, workers hang up their headsets and shut down their computers until Boxing Day. And the CEO of this global manufacturing giant marks his Christmas in a typically Scandinavian way.
Obviously, with Danish companies, so Christmas is an important tradition. I do lead the Christmas singing. I open my office on the last day before Christmas. I'm always the last person to leave the office on that day. I simply wait for everybody to go home, knowing they've gone home to their families, usually very proud of everything we've accomplished in that year and feeling maybe exhausted, but also that something great has been accomplished. And then I shut off the lights and I drive home in the Danish darkness and think, oh, another year where we made it.